Starting recording. Hello, everyone. We're watching the finals of the FLOD Championship because these boyos did not plan very well and I wasn't able to stream it live. So this is going to be a post commentary. But that's okay. I'm joined by...
Prawn Wizard.
Yeah.
Me.
So we'll just get to see a special view this time because this is a replay, though it's still recording in real time, but it means we get to see Cino's hand, and we can judge all his plays that much harsher.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Also, it takes out some of the fun of predicting.
Yeah, we can just pretend we're making expert predictions.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So good. That means we're synced up on watching the replay because I was about to be like, shit, did I forget to play this? But nope. I'll turn off the sound too. I forgot to do that. I know Siberian likes it. This is a pretty good hand, I think.
Yeah,
it's reasonable.
I'm pretty sure Drone's a good start.
Yeah, Drone is like you can check your opponent's deck, but he doesn't have a direct way to get to Agent right now, which weakens the power of this Drone. Math is good. You can send your quick fix, but you also need an Agent for that. And Fully Armed is really good. Also need an Agent for that. So we'll see if he's able to get to an Agent in any reasonable time. But so far, Mono's play over here is set 5 pass, which is not a particularly threatening line. It's
my favorite board to play against.
Yeah, he'll have some time here to just normal summon duders and activate effects.
Yeah, because you don't want to just start playing effect negations on early game maths. It's not worth it.
Yeah, even if you do, like, the math floats by battle, so it's like a soft plus anyways. You hit the effect negation and then the math still replaces itself for a card. Looks like he opted to dump Zephyros. I was going to say, I think it may have even been reasonable to dump Super Agent there, just because drawing into a card that gets Super Agent from the graveyard is, like, slightly more likely than drawing into the Super Agent itself, because there's Premature, and there's Big Red, and there's Quick Fix to get Big Red, and a variety of stuff. But Zephyros is, like, fine. Great card.
Zephyros is good. This way he can also just get a second Mathematician activation if he wants.
Yeah, I really don't like that line. It's like so slow. But then again, Mono isn't exactly pressuring him.
Yeah.
Well, here's something at least. Starting with a Hornet Drones into a play. I suppose he, on the set 5, he wasn't that scared of being OTK'd. So he was...
Yeah, his option, I guess, was... He could have just gone into the blue one.
Yeah. Though this way you can...
That's not great.
Yeah. This way he... Because it's on a second turn, he can go to the wind one, attack directly and send, and then go into Kagari and add what he sent instead of just the Hornet Drones. And then he can go into Shizuku. And because the token is a vanilla, that's 3 summons and like plus bajillion. Looks like...
Yeah, Heidi's probably going to grab the effect negation.
Yeah.
And then
the effect
Shizu
negation plus steal.
Monster destruction.
But, like, anyways, it's a big fat plus, and you end on one that reduces the Mathematician's attack, so it can't even crash. Though it can get its battle float if necessary. Looks like Cino's thinking here. He does have this Effect Veiler in hand, and he's...
Yeah, you could Effect Veiler before Mono goes into battle phase.
Yeah, that's probably what he asked about. Ugh, my chair creaks loudly.
I don't think it's worth it, because at the end of the day, he's still going to go into Shizu.
Looks like he went for it anyways. I agree that I don't think that was worth it, because he can still, like, go into Kagari and get back Hornet Drones instead of whatever he was going to send from deck. Lavailer face. Oh, you, Mono. Oh, you.
Yeah, Mono and Cino, when they play against each other, tend to banter a bit.
I think Mono
this is the alternate play. I don't think Kagari's worth it.
Yeah, it looks like he's holding on to it. holding on to that as a possibility for now. It keeps his Rei live wherever she is. And this Shizuku can beat over the math. Honestly, I think it would have been defensible to not attack the math there, because if you leave it on board and your opponent links with it, they don't get the draw. And if they have to ram it back into you, they
They lose
lose.
the battle phase.
Yeah, they lose the tempo of a battle phase. So we'll see how that pans out. That is a fairly good draw, because it can affect the spell count in Grave and also the Kagari that we just saw Mono not use, or like opt to hold off on. It can disrupt the add back. And there's the search. So we'll see which one he gets, whether he gets the pop or the...
It's usually the monster pop or the effect negation are the primary targets.
Yeah,
so yeah, he goes for the monster pop.
And it looks like Sino here not finding that agent, but he does have a Zephyros and Magical Scientist in hand, so he can, if he wants, throw the Scientist into this back row and see what it baits out, because if it doesn't bait out anything, it's going to like go pretty heavily plus. And it looks like he's clearing the way with this Cosmic a little bit, which is like always a little scary to do, because sometimes you hit like the metaverse that they chain, and other times you hit their warning that would have stopped you dead.
Yeah, I think doing it this turn instead of last turn is good, because I think metaverse would have already been used, because Mono wants pacifist on the field at all times.
Yeah, in general, I think it's good play to hold your MSTs for as long as possible. Like, you don't want to throw them at back row and then have your opponent draw and set more back row and your play is still stopped. You would rather use them right before you have to make a play to increase the likelihood that you're actually hitting something relevant, and also risk the chance that your opponent is holding something relevant in hand and like decided not to set it out of fear of Twin Twisters, Heavy Storm Duster, Exciton Knight. That's interesting. He chained the ring to the Scientist effect. Oh wait, no.
Read the chat. Yeah.
My bad. Whoa. That's
yeah,
right.
Mono had to slow his roll.
The 300
probably the
burn.
smallest amount I've ever seen a Ring of Destruction hit for, but
yeah. But
unfortunately, that does mean that Scientist can't be bounced. If Mono had just negated the effect, he could have bounced it back. But
yeah. Ugh, zero pressure. We were just talking about this. This is like rough, because Sino's hand doesn't actively do anything, but eventually he's going to draw into a super agent and like pop off with spiral plays. And when the opponent isn't applying pressure, like we were talking about this in a podcast we just recorded that you can have a little bit of a sneak peek into right now. The like a deck having a lot of power is a lot more like, it's a lot more forgivable. Its other shortcomings are a lot more forgivable than it like if it doesn't have consistency but has power, because like you draw a card every turn, and if your opponent lets you live for enough turns, you're going to draw into your power plays eventually. And this is why pressure is such an important concept. Like, Mono poking for 1500 is like not going to kill Sino for another several turns, which means he effectively has the next 3 cards in his deck to try and find a super agent here. So this is where... Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that Mono missed damage, but I guess he didn't, because he didn't have any spells in Grave besides this one.
Yeah. This... But
yeah, one way to beat control to an extent is to apply like just enough pressure that they have to answer it, but not so much that you lose on card advantage to like a torrential or something.
Yeah.
Which Sino is to an extent doing here, although not fast enough. It's not enough pressure.
Oh, there's the pacifist.
And then here's the pack, which Sino does not have an answer to.
Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. And you can see going for the like saving the Kagari is like biting him, because Sino just happened to draw the crow off the math play. But it looks like he doesn't have much going on here. And the Pacifist is notorious for being low pressure because Sino can just like T-set and then not worry about the tokens coming out. And Mono has to have exactly an extender like this Scapegoat to see where it goes.
Yeah, but the Scapegoat's going to run directly into the Torrential Tribute.
Yeah.
Although that will give him a pack token and a search. Oh, the
No,
Scapegoat
no.
summon itself will give him a pack search.
If he summons an effect monster with the goats, then he can't activate Pacifist that turn, which means that Sino still gets more turns
But
to.
no. Last turn he should have been, because pack tokens are normal, and he didn't summon that turn, so he should have been able to search.
No, no. It's only when you summon exactly one normal monster. It says
Oh, it has to
so.
be exactly one.
Yeah, this
Oh,
card
okay, my
has
bad.
text that no
Oh
one
my god,
reads.
that doesn't come up very often. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, I think Mono has no choice but to play into this Torrential Tribute unless he has back row destruction here.
Yeah, the only like reasonable line to play around it would be to go into Gaia Saber with token Kagari, and that's like a bold a bold line that is probably like not bold, just bad. We have a unique position here, knowing the cards on one side, and it looks
Yeah,
like
because honestly, from Mono's perspective, like the chances of him top decking a power card like Torrential is pretty low. So
yeah, you, you
I
sort of
think
you sort of
trying
just
to play
have to.
around it really hard would be a mistake, honestly.
Yeah, in a certain sense, though, it doesn't have to be a torrential. The fact that Gaia Saber isn't an effect monster means that any like back row that this is, if Sino chains it, it's like going to then trigger a pacifist. Whether or not it's torrential, it's like summoning Gaia Saber and making sure you haven't summoned an effect monster means this pacifist will respond to that back row, whatever it is. But it looks like Mono's a bit more scared of this set monster, so he took it with the mind
Ironically,
control.
he's played more into the Torrential now by doing this. I don't agree with the mind control. There's
Yeah,
nothing in Sino's deck that is going to be a threat face down.
this
Like it
is
might be a Sangan, which doesn't change anything if you mind control and link with it.
looks
Like
like he did go for the Gaia Saber here. We'll see how hard he goes afterwards. But
is he going to go for Phoenix? I guess with the
he has to because he used the Thousand Blades, making his like making the play to go like one token, one uh, Kagari, and the Thousand Blades into the Gaia Saber might be tempting because then it gives him the option of stopping on the Gaia Saber, but leaving two differently named monsters face up means that he can just go straight into a Phoenix into this back row, which we know is a torrential, but Mono is thinking about it could be a Mirror Force. He was also thinking pretty hard about this set Thousand Blades, but I agree that it's a matchup thing. He probably should have thought like Sino's not gonna play any like random flip blowouts like a flip deck would. And looks like Sino's been asking about that ruling we were discussing most of the time
this
here.
is a different one. This one is okay because Pacifist only cares about effect monsters, and Gaia
Yes.
isn't an effect monster. However, Gaia is not a vanilla monster.
Yeah, so you don't get the token search, but you can still use it right about, like, right up to the point. Sino's like, oh, and how about flips? I don't
Flips
know
are
about
weird.
this.
Okay, no, I know this on flips. Well, you
It
can't flip
says
summon,
you
yes.
cannot normal or special summon effect monsters the turn you activate either of these card effects. But,
Yeah, you can flip summon. However, you can't activate a pacifist trap while there's a face down card in your, or while there's a face down monster on your side of the field,
yeah,
because
because
there's no
it's,
way to check whether or not that face down card is normal. Even if it's like a normal monster that got Book of Moon, you still
yeah.
can't. What is he doing now?
We're gonna see, though. It's like hard because we definitely have we have like the spectator bias here of knowing what the set is, and like to me asking about flip summons like telegraphs that this is a torrential super hard. So even though like Mono's trying to play carefully around it by going into Gaia Saber first, now he's going
I
into
also
Daruma Doll to like trade a back row for it, And now he's
Yeah,
gonna
I
get
think
blown out
especially
by this torrential.
with Sino like pausing mono every 5 seconds to be like, wait, let me think about this. Like that definitely telegraphs that he has something,
Yeah.
um,
It's
which
really
is something you
hard
want to
though.
avoid if you can. I mean, in certain situations, like taking the time to think is going to be better than not. But
Kind of needed anything but torrential there. That is definitely a big oof moment. Like
yeah,
you
and
were
then
in
it's
you couldn't play around mirror force and torrential, and like playing around mirror force played into torrential. So that's like
yeah. I
oof.
think if he was going to go that line of play though, like if he was going to play around the mirror force and not the torrential, which is what he did there, he should have made Daruma first before he mind controlled.
Yeah, I
The mind
agree.
control doesn't make any sense in any level to me, really. Like even
It's
assuming it was mirror force,
just
like
holding the
if he was
mind
gonna,
control in general would have been like a lot better, especially because going plus by battle is like a very real and relevant thing to do. You sometimes need to trust that that is like not going to be a relevant flip effect, and I need this plus, and I don't want to spend a card from hand to clear that monster when I don't have to. So it
yeah,
looks like
no effect,
yeah,
right?
it would trigger pacifist.
Right, yeah.
He's
But I
just
mean,
gonna
what's he gonna
link
do? Just
Karibo.
attack with 100?
Linkuribo's 300. No, he might be Zephyrosing it. Actually, I don't know why he's doing this. It's like, sure, it's fine, but I would still be comfortable setting the metaverse and being like, you can't kill me from 5100 life. And then metaverse means Spiral Resort, means Super Agent, means pop the fuck off. So we'll
Yeah.
see whether or not this pays off.
One thing that Cino did do correctly is he did wait until Mono used an effect summon. That way, Pacifist couldn't trigger off of the torrential and give him the
Yeah.
token,
He was like
which
making
was a
sure.
good play.
He was making sure, asking about that, like flipping,
Yeah.
holding the torrential as long as he could. We'll see whether or not trading the drone for a Link Karibo helps him or hurts him in the
Um, I
long run.
don't I don't think 10 Link Rebo attacks is a viable strategy. Probably would have just held on to it, waited for Super Agent or something.
Yeah, I mean, we know he has the option for Super Agent here because he has Metaverse set. It's just you know that activating a card triggers Mono's Pacifist, which is a search, which is disruption, which means that he's going to need something else to like.
Okay, set rotation here is really weird
Is he deck thinning?
because you can use set rotation as a way to counter your opponent's like metaverse. Well, I mean, this is another thing where it's like we're kind of cheating by knowing that this is
Yeah,
a
we
set
know he's a
rotation.
set metaverse, so we're like, oh god, Mono's throwing, but like he doesn't know it's a set metaverse, so we're gonna see him get like blown out by trying to thin the chicken game. Or maybe that last card in hand is a pacifist, and he's like, I can't be sitting on 2 dead cards in hand. I have to trade one for a chicken game draw and then activate pacifist and take the -1 to cycle. We'll
Yeah,
see
that
though.
that could be what he's doing. Okay, flipping. Oh, he could be setting up 3 spells in his grave.
Yep,
Yep,
that
that's what
put
he
him
did.
from 2 to 4, so now he can fire off at the back row. But this is chainable, so that's gonna sting.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
okay. Note he can't flip if he has chicken game set. He can't flip it, activate chicken game, and then play pacifist because of the set rotation effect.
yeah. As long as while either of those cards remain set, neither player can activate or set other field spells.
I don't know if Mono declared a spell trap target. I don't know if he has to. He doesn't have to because it's
Yeah,
activate
yeah.
check.
It's the first effect targets, the second effect doesn't. So it looks like Cino's just chaining the metaverse to search the resort, which is
Okay,
classic.
so Mono can destroy this field spell that he gave him,
It's a
and
chicken
then
game. We can
is it
check.
yeah, it's a chicken game. Oh, we can check.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, but
So
now, if I was Mono, I would just not activate. Well, actually, what do you think? Should you activate the pacifist here and allow him to play resort?
that's interesting. I would
Because we
probably
know
say
Sino has
no.
had because from Mono's perspective, Sino's had kind of a dead hand all game, right?
Yeah.
Like he has
I mean,
played a
you
super.
saw him just search it off of Metaverse. So the question is, does representing a pacifist token, is that worth more than giving your opponent a live spiral resort? And it looks like Mono's going to say no, and he's instead going Gofu into Wee Witch into Link.
Link Rebo, probably.
Yeah, because this leaves effect monsters on board, which means whatever he searched off of Pacifist's second trigger, he couldn't use anyways. So
Yeah, if he's gonna do this, he shouldn't flip it for sure.
yeah, this has been pretty rough for Mono though. He's been like getting got by all of these random cards in a pretty unlucky manner, like burning a bunch of cards to fire off his spell and trap removal at something chainable, and like going all in to play around everything except for the one torrential that blew him out. It's like I feel like this game could have been over with like a little bit of luck the other way.
Yeah, I think Sino had a bit of a bad hand, but when you're playing a really reactive deck,
Yeah, never was able to establish that pressure to punish it, and now we see. Look at how deep Sino's gotten into his deck. He found a resort. If he finds something else, oh,
oh, he is flipping path. Okay,
interesting.
yeah.
We'll see whether or not that
Personally,
pays off.
yeah, personally, I don't agree with it, but oh, now he's got the Ash to negate the search, which is good.
Honestly, though, you don't even have to negate the search as long as you leave one of the monsters, the effect monsters, on board, because that just permanently turns it off. So, like, he can activate Resort here. Mono can search if he wants, and then you can like get a super agent, pop the unknown back row, and fully armed and force Link Karibo, and like you're sitting. Oh, looks like he is gonna go for it though.
Yeah, I would negate the search anyway, just to be
Sure, just to be
safe.
safe,
But
and you don't know when you're going to get another like Ash target when you saw your opponent flip.
yeah, this
Like,
late into the game, like
yeah,
it's pretty rare. Um, so yeah, I think if like okay, because if we think about like what if Mono didn't flip the pack here, then Sino would have had literally nothing. Like he would have had set Ash pass basically.
yeah.
Um,
As is though, Sino can like pop off because he can
yeah, I
activate Resort Search, bounce it with Zephyros, activate it again, and search if he wants.
yeah, and then he can make Exodon, just wipe the whole
Oh
board,
shit.
and Mono will have literally nothing, unless his back row is relevant, which it very well could be.
I mean, even if it is, he's going to have to fire it off through a potential super agent, though the super agent has to be called correctly.
Yeah,
But it's like there's only gain from that and nothing to lose. Because, like, the resort protects the super agent from targeting. If he doesn't call it right, he can, like, still normal summon the super agent, and Zephyros is, like, still under the summon limit. So sending this Zephyros to grave turn 1 is gonna, like, really pay off in his playmaking ability down the line. This is why I don't like to just bounce the mathematician with it. It's like, oh boy.
yeah, yeah. Um,
So there's the super agent.
Yeah, I think there's so many situations where this back row is dead. You've already seen Ring of Destruction.
It might even just be a pack trap. Like,
Yeah, it could be he could have just hard drawn a pack trap and it's dead right now. Like it could be a bluff because we know Mono hasn't had like very many cards.
and
I
like,
think this card's been set from turn one, right?
um, that may be. I wasn't paying full attention to that one in particular.
I'm
Looks like
pretty sure.
with on the super agent, but we'll see. If this isn't live, I believe this is kind of a lock for Sino because he can do the Exiton play we were talking about while keeping Resort in hand. That's not a spell.
Let's see if Cena remembers to take 400. I forget that all the time.
You know, he can just summon Thousand Blades after taking 400. He doesn't have to do the super agent play. Thousand
Oh
Blades
yeah,
triggers
that's
on
even
any
safer.
damage.
Wow. Yeah.
Looks like he's going
Also,
for a
okay, no, what
different
he can
line,
do
though.
here, it's even better, is just search tough, and now he knows there's a trap on top of Mono's deck. He can pop that back row,
He'd,
and then
this works too. Like, he doesn't even have to make Exiton Knight because he can. It's like he will, because he activated the resort for a second time. Now he doesn't want to nuke his own board, but as is, like, pop the back row. Like,
or he can just equip fully armed, banish pack, kill the token, or banish Wee Witch.
the Link Karibo protects by making it so Tough can't attack over anything, and it looks like the back row
Yes,
was
no, because he
something.
just rammed Zephyros into Link Reaver.
Oh, true. Yeah, okay, so we'll see. This may
So yeah,
be.
I think the play here is equip fully armed to Tough, Zephyros into the Link Rebo, and then
He can't even
banish.
impermanence the Tough. Not that it mattered.
Yeah, then use Tough into Wee Witch, banish Wee Witch from grave, so it doesn't. I think that's how it works. It doesn't get the effect.
Yeah, I mean, it's banished from field, actually. It's
Oh, it's
like,
banished from field, and then he gets to choose one other card, which would probably be the pack.
yeah, it's sort of one of the weaknesses of pacifists is like once they're sitting on a token, like the token really is just a 2000 attack vanilla. The scary part is that it comes with a piece of disruption, usually, but using the Ash Blossom there means that it doesn't actually, and it's sort of just a blowout here.
Yeah, I don't see any single card that can save mono at this point.
Yeah.
And Sino should have game within the next turn.
Well, I mean, we know what his top deck is. It's a Dinomicious with nothing in hand to pitch for it, so this is going to
Oh,
be
that's right. Yeah. Shout out to Spirals.
OP.
So as long as Sino makes this. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks
so
like he sees it. So
force the Link Karibo, hit over the Wee Witch. He doesn't even have to banish the token if he doesn't want. Or, like, banish the pacifist if he doesn't want. He can just banish the token and then, like, normal summon Super Agent. That's game over 2 turns. So this is pretty over.
yeah.
Actually, Spiral Resort's end phase effect is a real effect, so I think Pacifist would get a trigger if he left it up.
Yeah, it is mandatory.
That's only 1,000 points of damage. But yeah, so he just banished the Wee Witch and the
He's banishing the
Pacifist.
back, yeah. I mean, it's not like the token's very threatening. It might delay lethal one more turn, but he knows Dinomyscus isn't going to do much. And then he gets one more card after that, maybe. So
Wee Witch shouldn't trigger here. Oh wait, it doesn't have to go to the graveyard. Wow, this card's nutty.
Card effect?
It's just if it's destroyed by battle or card effect. Yeah, so he gets back a Gofu, which means this is not quite over.
What does Mono have to summon off of Goku? Unicorn? He's got Unicorn left, probably, if he's running Link Spider.
Yeah. But
He has to be running
you can
Link Spider,
summon Link
though.
Karibo from grave too. You can
Oh,
just,
yeah, that's right. He doesn't have to have Link Spider. Okay.
but the problem is the token means he can't summon the Gofu as of right now, and hitting the
Oh,
tough.
yeah. So, okay, he's gonna have to like ram the token into Super Agent.
He can't
And
even
then
Unicorn target, so he can't. He
oh my
can't
god, he can't
like.
even do anything relevant with Unicorn
Yeah,
anyway.
Resort's
So,
OP.
Resort is broken. Yeah, it's I don't see an out.
He has to make. He can't. He doesn't have the discard fodder to do that.
Yeah, Mono doesn't have enough time to find anything useful.
Wow, for something that looked like such a convincing lead for Mono for most of the game, that just like completely fell apart the moment the Spiral Resort resolved.
Yeah. Fully armed is a Really good card.
I mean, it was sort of a combination of everything, getting like a
Yeah,
double
also like the
resort
Zephyros.
surge.
Zephyros is really great for any field spell deck besides Pacifist, really.
Yeah, you can get once per turn triggers twice, and like a free level 4 as your cost, air quotes.
And then the Super Agent revealing for the top. So he had a guaranteed pop on that back row. Like,
Yeah,
um,
it was like the only thing that could have like disrupt. Oh man, there's like not even much. It would have needed to be an MST effect for the resort on its first activation, basically, because the resort protects the tough from targeting. So like
and
torrentialing his
this
own board would have been.
this really all stemmed from Mono flipping the Pacifist. Like if Mono hadn't flipped the Pacifist, I think he had won this game.
That's such like a rough line to take, though, to be like, my opponent can't beat this wee witch with a Gofu engrave and like
I
not
I mean,
flip his
I think that's
game
correct though,
plan.
because when you know your opponent only has 2 cards in hand, and you know one of them's a dead card because you have the set, and you know the other cards have been sitting in his hand all game, not doing anything. Like I think that's fair to say that that's what he should have done.
Yeah,
Even though it might be hard in the moment to like fully take in all of that knowledge. Like it's very easiest for us to sit here and like look from an outside perspective.
yeah, that's rough though. So
I guess
let's
I think he's just gonna go foo and pass because just to buy
three
another turn
chumpers.
maybe. Yeah. I mean, he can Link Rebo shuffle Zephyros, but can he does Spiral stop him from?
There's the Link Spider.
Oh, it's Spiral cards. You can't even shuffle Last Resort or Fully Armed. I mean,
Yeah, it's literally like so dumb.
I guess he can make Phoenix and pop Resort.
Get that cycle, maybe drawn to something good. This is rough though. Like you would need a mind control to break this board, and he used his mind
Which we know he
control.
doesn't have. I mean,
Yeah. It's like ripping mind controller afterburners or targeted spot removal for this tough would have been like the only way to stay in this game.
um, okay, Fully Armed can't resolve here because the cards won't be destroyed.
Yeah.
Oh, we know that Terraforming's basically dead at this point. So.
He still has one pacifist in deck, but like pacifist
I
is
don't
just
playing Pacifist at this point in the game isn't going to do anything.
yeah,
Oh,
you're
he can
playing
just
too
tough
far
effect.
from behind.
Yeah. So yeah, this is just lethal on board.
Yep. 19, 19, 16. Wow. 929.16 if you attack that way. He like
Oh,
he
he's not playing around Gores.
he there was like he could have done anything there. He still had a summon, two summons. He still had like 3 level 4 monsters on board and an empty extra monster zone. So
Yeah, he could have made a Ouroboros. So
ooh.
I'm sure I'm still the only person who has ever run that in the cup. So
It's not very good.
yeah.
It's funny though. Once upon a time, like right when the dual terminal that it came in was released, that was the same one with Lavalval Chain and Gusto Emerald. And people were like, wow, these are so broken, referring to Emerald, Chain, and Ouroboros. Ouroboros was more expensive than Chain and Emerald for a long time. But
Wow.
yeah. Now, 2 of them are banned, and one of them is literally useless. I wonder which ones.
For Sino's just gonna side in as much spell trap removal as he has. I don't know if he sides spell trap removal, but
Probably a lot. We know he plays weird stuff like
yeah, he
Nobleman of
does like to run.
Extermination. But hey,
Yeah.
it's like actually very useful against a deck like Pacifist because if you can answer their Pacifist with a spell, with like a spell trap removal effect each time it's activated, like then Mono's just playing a bad grindy deck. with like
Oh, that's what Mono was playing around earlier because you can only Nobleman a face down card. So he was playing around Nobleman earlier. That's what it was. And he would have banished all the pack copies in his deck. So
I somehow doubt that, but
Mono's on a whole another level. We can't even begin to comprehend his thought process.
dear lordy, this is a good hand. This
Yeah,
is
this hand's insane.
insane. This is
He's
like,
got uh he's got turn one the Link monster.
yeah, turn one
Um,
double helix, like crazy pop off.
and he's gonna get to
He can just do whatever he wants. This is like the
he can
best hand
quick
I've
fix
ever
too.
seen.
Yeah.
He can like,
This is
oh my gosh, quick fix,
and
tough
Twin
drone,
Twisters against
super
Pacifist is
agent, twin
insane.
twisters, and
And he's
like
got the
a good
perfect
discard
discard fodder
fodder.
as well. Thousand Blades, like, oh my god. Oh, and he gets to use Mono's chicken game. Is this a 2-0? Like,
Well, it's looking like it.
oh,
Oh,
okay. Mono's gonna stop the chicken game
actually, you
by.
can ash this, can't you?
Oh yeah, I would definitely ash it.
Looks like he allowed it to go though.
Wait. Ashley, can you?
It
No, you
would
can't ash
no
this.
no it would add a card from deck to hand, and you
Right.
can
I
negate.
forgot ash is
Yeah,
that weird. Yeah.
even if it wouldn't, like in this particular instant, it can still negate, which is like dumb and silly.
I guess he's just gonna use the Twin Twisters instead and save the ash.
Yeah, he can
Although
just
I
fire it off at the pacifist and the a back row. Though I think it would have been perfectly reasonable as well to ash the pacifist, get a chicken game draw off of it, and then twin twisters two of the back row. Lost Wind is like a really strong back row and fairly resilient to twin twisters, but we're gonna see how much it matters when it can set itself, but then doesn't do anything that turn that it's set. Let's see if this super agent is a hit too. Oh my god, this is so disgusting. This is so
yeah.
sad.
If he searches tough, he can pop the other one too.
Alexa, play Despacito.
Okay, he's gonna activate
Oh my
that
gosh.
mistress.
That's like a
Um,
good thing that you want to do, but you know that Mono's not going to be able to win this from here because that terraforming is going to get ashed, and Sino can like
yeah,
one for one into quick fix. He can Rhoda tough one for one pitch tough into quick fix, and then like
no,
search
I would
big
just normal
red.
summon tough, activate effect, pop the back row. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the better play probably. Oh,
Okay, torrential. Okay, that slows down Sino significantly.
I mean
But we
all
know
he
that Mono
needs.
has nothing
Yeah.
either.
It's like Mono's draw will get ashed, and Sino's draw, if it's a monster, he wins because now he can just one for one into quick fix, into big red, into double helix.
Yeah, when you look at like who's got the better top decks right now, like so we already know that Mono's first draw is dead. But Sino only has to draw any monster in his entire deck, while Mono has to draw like exactly Pacifist or Drone.
Mono has to like run super hard, like hit good draw after good draw, and Sino just needs like anything. Get
Okay,
ashed. He might not
finish
even
your
ash
actions.
it. It's like I understand not ashing it because then you're one for one's life. I think that's bad though.
Yeah, obviously he's using it, Sino.
Hold on, wait. Are you using
He's
it?
not just discarding it for
Haha,
turn.
yes. Wow, this is so sad.
Hilarious.
Alexa, play Despacito.
Yeah, I. Well, there's the monster. Also,
Oh,
what is
yeah.
he playing?
He's playing like weird bad level 1 stuff, which is like
Right.
why
Oh
I
yeah,
think
this is his
spirals are
Mister
broken
Mystic
as like
Piper.
all
Yeah.
heck because you can play a bunch of weird bad level 1 stuff and still they're still like fine.
This is champs, right?
Yes, this is the finals. Did
God,
you notice
I will
Sino
make
is
no
playing?
comment. I will make no comment
Did you
on
know
the
he's
power
playing
level of the decks
41
and champs.
cards in the main?
Oh yeah, he's playing 41 cards, and no one
Oh
will
yeah.
ever forget about the time he played 41 cards and won with Mystic Piper.
You can put you can search drone and then just normal summon it, and then stack Mono's deck and make sure that these top decks are going to be booty, and he saves
Yep.
the big red.
Uh,
Ah,
yeah,
nice card
it's
you got
over.
there.
It's
This is
so
so
over for Mono.
sad. That's like actually disgusting.
He's like unironically jacing him.
Yeah, this is like as close to a hard lock as you get without floodgates. Controlling your opponent's next 3 draws. Let's see what
And
he
it's really
searches.
just this one at least was not so much on Mono. Like I feel like Mono played as well as he could. He just could not keep up with
That hand was
Cinos' ability.
ungodly. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
He gets
No lost wind. Oh boy.
he gets lost wind back, which is useful, but it's not nearly enough.
I mean, it can
It
technically
will
get a
give him
Dino Mishis to
get
chump,
Dynamiscus.
but
So maybe he can turn it into Phoenix and just start beating.
the double helix can search a monster, and we see 4
God,
good
break
spiral
this,
monsters.
useless.
Rip Spy Gal. But yeah, so what can he even search here? I'm not sure what other targets he plays.
He can only search monsters, right?
Yep.
Oh, Last Resort, which it's
Oh
over.
yeah,
It's over.
can't be targeted. Oh dearie.
Yeah.
He can call whatever this next thing is too. Oh god, this is so disgusting.
Yep.
He like he knows what the card after it is, so that's a guaranteed double helix hit next turn, and double helix is super agent, so whatever he draws he can pitch for quick fix and search a big red. So this is like oof.
I have never seen a more over game in my entire life. Oh my god, he got fully armed at the top too.
That doesn't even matter. Like
It doesn't. It doesn't, but
literally whatever he drew, he could have pitched for quick fix and searched fully armed if that's what he felt like. Now
yeah,
he's
this
just
game is just brutal.
looking for ways to turn this into game through 2 effect negations. So
He can't even target him with the effect negation.
well, not the double helix, but he can target the quick fix actually. So pitching the fully armed for quick fix to search isn't that great. May as well just sit on this like fatty plus double helix big boy, and like you can make
that's
it.
what I would do. I would just equip fully armed, banish the Lost Wind, and then
It has to destroy something.
it has to destroy him on. You can't do that, but I mean, just swing for 3,900. Yeah, that Solemn's worthless. He knows Mono has literally nothing.
All 3 of these traps don't affect the double helix here. Oh my god, it can add from grave. Wow. He normal tough. That's interesting. I suppose there's no reason.
This is lethal. So.
No, it's not. It's like 400 short, 300 short, 29.19.
What do you mean? He fully arms. He's got 29.29.
No. The double helix is based.
I'm blind. Whatever. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't. The game's over. Whatever.
Double helix is base 19, and
I thought Last Resort added 1,000. That's why. Yeah. If I was Mono, I would have surrendered about 30 plays ago.
Yeah, he did surrender. He could have sat like chumped with the Dino Mishis, but that was like, oof is correct.
No. That would have been incorrect because he would have banished the Lost Wind.
Oh yeah.
Fully armed, so it.
Actually, it's unaffected by. Oh wait, it's unaffected by.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Mono saying flipping up pack 100% lost for game 1.
Oh yeah, he knows.
He recognizes it. Yeah.
That was super sad.
Yep.
On the flip side, though, sincere congratulations to Cino for winning. That was like not a feat to dismiss. So that was clapping. I don't know if it picked up. I know you're too salty to clap, though.
I'm not salty. I've never lost to Cino. Okay. I don't know if never is correct, but in recent memory, I've not lost to Cino. So.
Personal vendetta or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So this has been the FLOD Championships. Better late than never. Sorry about that. It's these guys' fault for making me try and wake up at 8 a.m. That's too early for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we can just watch these
Yeah,
two,
we just watch them chat for a minute. I guess it's the GGs. Yep.
yeah, get their insight. But they pretty much were just saying what we were, and that's over. So thanks for joining us.